we really got to talk about this game. Still, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your boy, Alec Burks, Philly United of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the Philadelphia 76ers this past weekend just finished their first game in the restart in the NBA tournament here, and it was not pretty at all. The Philadelphia 76ers fall to the Indiana Pacers 127-121. We have a lot to get to. It does not look good right now. Out of the 5 sports here in Philly, the Sixers really are not looking good at all. But before we get started, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and his channel to help your boy out. And part of the YouTube channel is brought to you by Philly Sports Network. Head on over to Philly Sports Network for all your Philly sports needs. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check that out. From the Philadelphia Eagles all the way to the Philadelphia Fusion, PSN's got you covered, guys. And of course, this is about the Philadelphia 76ers, not only the game on Saturday night against the Indiana Pacers, but we're also going to look ahead against the San Antonio Spurs. Now, when we're looking at this match against the Indiana Pacers, really, I mean, we have to start off with the performance by T.J. Warren. T.J. Warren absolutely went off on us, guys, and it's so hard to comprehend the fact that T.J. Warren, someone who got traded last summer for cash considerations, absolutely destroyed this Philadelphia 76ers team. My man was looking like Kobe Bryant out there in his prime. There was absolutely nothing stopping him. I mean, he was hot, he was in the zone, and there was literally nothing you can do here. But there was just a lot of bad going on here for the Sixers. Now, when someone is in the zone like T.J. Warren was in this game here, I get it. Like, he's going to have his shots. Like, he was in the zone. There was nothing stopping T.J. Warren. But you have to try something. A double team. Get a different defender on there. Why did I see for most of the game Ben Simmons on T.J. Warren? T.J. Warren was absolutely roasting Ben Simmons, and we're really not used to that. Ben Simmons, granted, we always like to criticize his inability to shoot the ball, but as a defender, Ben Simmons can hold his own, but he was not holding his own whatsoever here in this game. And T.J. Warren, literally every shot was going down for him. He had the confidence, and you could clearly tell that he was focused. You know, he has this edge to him. He was pissed off that, you know, the Suns traded him for literally cash considerations. And I'm a guy, like, I wish I really could pull up the receipts, but back in 2014, when during the draft, and before that in March Madness in the NCAA tournament, I watched NC State play, and I saw this kid T.J. Warren absolutely torch the ACC, and he was doing his thing for a bad NC State team in the NCAA tournament, and I was like, that is the guy the Sixers need, and it didn't happen. And no one wants to listen to my basketball takes. What do I know? I'm the soccer guy around here, but T.J. Warren has the ability to be a lethal shooter in this league. It just takes time to get the feel of the game. This is much faster pace of a game in the NBA than it is in college, and obviously when you play for the Phoenix Suns, you're really not going to have your talents highlighted too much because of the situation that goes on down there. But with the Indiana Pacers, Nate McMillan has definitely been a guy who's really helped his team out, has helped develop Victor Oladipo, Domantas Sabonis, and Malcolm Brogdon has continued his development as well, and T.J. Warren is the next guy in here. And obviously with the Pacers, we all knew that they were going to go with a little more of a smaller ball lineup because of the not having Domantas Sabonis in the starting lineup with his injury. So you would figure that a smaller lineup would definitely be beneficial for the Sixers, but what I could really tell, other than T.J. Warren playing lights out, the effort was there from everyone on the Indiana Pacers. Victor Oladipo didn't even have to take over this game, and he still had his fair share of buckets as well. You even saw a former process guys, TJ McConnell, Justin Holiday is still in the NBA. He was playing power forward for the Pacers. My God, Jakar Sampson. There's processors still looking for justice for Jakar Sampson, and no, he didn't dish us out bad, but the effort is my point here. You clearly saw the effort that the Indiana Pacers were playing with throughout this game, and it really was a difference here. JoJo would finish with 41 points, 21 rebounds, and 4 assists. Most nights when you get that stat line from Joel Embiid, you're going to win those games. But there was just other things that were just not working for the Sixers on Saturday night. Let's get to the bright spots here before we get to the rough areas where the Sixers were demonstrating on Saturday night. I want to talk about Tobias Harris as well, because Tobias gets a lot of criticism throughout the season. And granted, he should. He got paid this summer to be our third option. This year, he's clearly been the closer, and he played pretty solid here in this match. In this game, 30 points and 8 boards. He was active. He did his part, guys. And at the end of the day, that's what you want from Tobias Harris, is to do his part. But there was other things that were just not working, and that's why we're not really highlighting Tobias Harris's performance. But he did play really good as well. And the other last bright spot I want to talk about is Alec Burks. And Alec Burks, we'll talk about the point guard position in a second, but Alec Burks, I think he demonstrated that he deserves more minutes. He needed more minutes. 12 minutes with 9 points, 10 boards and assists. I think that Alec Burks is continuously proving that he deserves some more looks at that point guard position. So in the next game against the Spurs, I want to see Alec Burks get some more minutes. Maybe even let him run with the ones for a little bit. But I think for what he's shown us from the scrimmages leading up to this first game, and even in this first game, he's shown you plenty enough that he deserves some more opportunities here. Now let's look at the bad of the Sixers and pretty much most of the roster here. And I want to start with Shake Milton, the point guard who was starting here, and we all were looking forward to this. Can Shake Milton be the guy to lead this Sixers offense here? And it was a really bad first showing, guys. 0 points for Mr. Shake Milton on 19 minutes. He was trying his best, but he just looked lost. And I think that, it's a combination of Brett Brown's philosophy and system in this game and being able to handle this first matchup here. Like, if you put Shake Milton as the point guard, why isn't he running the offense more often? There was too much in the first half. We saw the pick and roll go through Josh Richardson and Ben Simmons still. Shake Milton was placed as a point guard for a reason, Brett Brown, and we need to see exactly what he can do. Let him get the ball, let him make the mistakes, let him learn from it, and I need to see that in the next game here. But Shake's confidence definitely got shooken up, and of course we need to talk about the scuffle that he had with Joel Embiid on the sideline in the first half there. That, to me, guys, listen, teams are going to have it. Teams are going to bump heads when you're competing at the highest level. You're going to see some bumping of the heads, but you saw the Indiana Pacers sideline, and you saw those guys cheering on each other, so happy for each other, especially all those guys so happy for TJ Warren, who's worked his ass off and got a great performance like he did, 53 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists. They were supporting each other all over each other. When you look at the Sixers bench, it looked bad. He did not seem like the same cohesive unit that you saw on the other side with Indiana. And JoJo and Shea going at it, like, that literally just looked so bad. And I have to, again, look at Brett Brown, and why is this team not on the same page? Why is this team not on the same page? And that, to me, is really, a good team, a championship team. Do you think the Bucks have those scuffles? You think the Lakers or the Clippers are having those scuffles right now? I get it. You got competitors at the highest level are going to bump heads, but doing it in that moment, nah, man, nah. All right, Ben Simmons. This was a bad game for Ben Simmons. He got torched on both sides of the court here. Defensively, TJ Warren was absolutely torching him up. And again, he was in the zone. When you're in the zone, those things tend to happen. But you need to change it up. You need to get someone else on TJ Warren. You need to double team. You need to do something in order to slow down TJ Warren. And Ben Simmons wasn't able to be the guy there. He did get his double-double, 19 points, 13 boards, and 4 assists. He did not take the shot. I know Sixers fans live and die by Ben Simmons taking the shot, but he did not take the shot there. And he just really wasn't a difference maker. And that's really my point here. So it definitely, we'll see what happens in the needs to bounce back as well. Josh Richardson looked bad too. He looked lost. It's not the Josh Richardson that we saw at times this season. Running the pick and roll with him as well. Defensively, he was bad. He ended up with 4 points and an assist. He needs to have a bounce back game too against the San Antonio Spurs. Al Horford, man, I think by now you guys know I'm an Al Horford guy, but I can't continue defending Al Horford. The contract he's got, and then you put him in a role where I think that he's going to absolutely flourish. Coming off the bench, he's a starting to caliber type of center, and coming off the bench is going to be huge. Yeah, it wasn't a good game by him as well. It's just defensively he got torched. He did get his 10 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists, but minus 26. God damn, Al. Furkan Korkmaz. We talked about it, leading up to this first game here in the tournament. Furkan Korkmaz defensively has been a liability, and again, he was a liability in this game here. He absolutely got destroyed again and again and again. Got destroyed. TJ McConnell really is showing why we miss him. He worked Furky, he worked Rahul, and he also worked Shake Milton as well. And for Furkan, he ended with 3 points, 1 assist, and 1 board and 3 assists. Not a good stat line for Furkan Korkmaz. And the problem is though, you gotta keep going with Furkan, because when Furky is hot and on, you gotta stick with the man. And right now, he's not hot at all. Last but not least, Raul Neto. Why is Raul Neto getting 21 minutes? Why? What has he shown you thus far this season to deserve 21 minutes? And I was advertised he was going to be a TJ McConnell shooting. And right now, I'd rather have TJ McConnell. What we saw in this game, I'd rather have TJ McConnell, and he's rumored. Raul Neto is supposedly rumored to be going to Real Madrid for next season, and I really hope that Real Madrid definitely takes him. And it sucks because we let Trey Burke go, and Trey Burke is doing his thing down in Dallas, so we still are stuck with Raul Neto, and I don't understand. I just don't understand. And of course, we gotta end this talking about this game with Brett Brown. And it's so hard for me because I'm also a Brett Brown guy. I know a lot of you guys still want him fired, and he's obviously going to get fired right now in a playoff situation. But he really needs to look at himself deeply. Great, you made the decision to change up the lineup, moving Ben Simmons at the 4 and Shake Milton, move him to the 1. But this team still is lacking discipline. There is no adjustments throughout the game for the Sixers. You're putting guys in wrong spots. I don't understand how we're going to win when we can't do the simple things. And listen, Indiana is no lottery team for sure, by any means. They have quality players. Obviously, Victor Oladipo and TJ Warren came out of nowhere, but they just looked like the better team. And that's a problem too, because you on paper are the better team, and Indiana showed up. They outworked you, and that's another problem. If a team outworks you, that's the problem. And I need this team. At times, I feel like this team just shows up to the court and thinks that we're the Sixers. We have 2 star players, and we can get this win. No, guys, no. That's not how it works. You need to show up every single night, fight every single night, put it all out on the line every single night, work your ass off every single night. And I think that's why we criticize this team the most, because here in Philadelphia, we're a blue-collar city, and we want our sports to be like us. We work hard for everything that we do. And when you don't put that same work ethic that we believe that you should have, like a Philadelphian, we're going to get on you with that, and that's definitely an issue there. I'm not giving up on the season. I don't think the season is over by any means, and it's tough because I know, like we talked about in the previews, is that there's going to be a rust factor for a lot of teams in this tournament here, and for the Sixers, unfortunately, they have a little bit more rust than the other teams, but there's still time, and you got 8 games to figure this out. You have 8 games to figure this out. And if you get a bad seed, then it is what it is. But you figure it out in these 8 games, and you go into the playoffs with a new slate here. I'm not giving up on this team, even though Milwaukee and Toronto look really good, and it gets me a little bit worried as well. But we have to figure out these issues. We need to figure out this point guard situation. We need to get Ben Simmons to shoot a little bit more, and I feel like that's just it's such a redundant thing to say, but There was times where Ben could have pulled up and took in the shot, and he did it. And it could have really helped us out. We need to figure out this bench situation, this rotation situation as well. We need to get Furky we need to get Furky's confidence back. We need to get Al to just be Al Horford. I don't know who this Al is. This is not the Al Horford that we were accustomed to seeing since 2007. We need to get Shake's confidence back up. We need to give Alec Burks more minutes, and we need to stop giving so many minutes to Raul Nato. We need to help out Joel Embiid. We need Tobias Harris to continue playing like he is, and we need to get Josh Richardson's confidence back up too. There's still a lot to be seen with the Sixers team. So next up, guys, we got the San Antonio Spurs. Now, this isn't the San Antonio Spurs that we were all used to with Manu, Tony, and Tim, but this is still a team who can sneak up and get a win here. They're 2-0 so far in this tournament. They still got pop, and they got guys who can score. And it's going to be another small ball lineup. The Spurs have been running the small ball lineup in the past 2 games. And, you know, Derek White, DeMar DeRozan, Lonnie Walker, shouts out to Lonnie Walker, a local boy from Reading, or DeJounte Murray. Those are 4 guys who can shoot the ball, and if we're not careful, they can have a TJ Warren type of performance. So I really hope that Sunday and today, Monday, I hope that Sunday, I know it's a short amount of time, but I hope on that Sunday the Sixers took a deep dive look into each other and and again, this is another redundant thing, but deep down look inside and ask themselves, do they really want this? Do they want to be great? Set aside your differences. Put it all out online on that court. The city of Philadelphia is doubting you. Your hometown crowd is doubting you guys. But it's up to you to change the mind of everyone and yourselves. Most importantly, for yourself. I don't feel too confident here against the Spurs, but I think that the Sixers will find a way to edge us out. And I might be a little bit too optimistic, and I might look dumb again. But at the end of the day, I think the Sixers will find a way to beat the Spurs. So that's all I got for you guys. This is definitely rough to talk about, but in the comments below, guys, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the Sixers. Let it all out. You want to vent? Let's vent together, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Pacer game. What do you want to see from the point guard position? It's definitely a position of question. Do you want to continue seeing Shake Milton there? Should we go back to Ben Simmons? Should we give Alec Burks an opportunity to play with the ones as well? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think the Sixers will do against the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. I go by the name of Alec Burks, Philly, and I'm telling you guys to trust the process. Oof, I hope this process works. Talk to you soon, guys.